Hey guys, it's Maymay. Would you believe that you can teach an old dog new tricks? Well, I've been crafting a long time and I learned something new this week. I want to show you this. So I was doing some scoring. I'm gonna get a piece of scrap cardstock here. I was doing some scoring recently for a folio situation, okay? And when I'm scoring for a folio, I don't always score in half and fold over. You know, when you're working in a scoreboard like this, you can, if you're gonna score in half, you can fold the cardstock over, line it up to one side and crease it down. But in a folio, it doesn't really work like that. And sometimes in other places. Let me score this at like 2, 2.5. I'm just like doing this. And then 6 and 6.5, just to show you what I'm talking about. So in these instances, I can't necessarily fold this piece over to a flat edge to get a nice flat score. But I want to show you something I discovered. So when we score with a Teflon bone folder or something that has a wider nib, we get a very wide indent in the page. That means when I fold this paper over, my fold can happen anywhere inside of that indent. It's not a perfect little thin line. It could go out to the left or to the right or whatever, and we don't get a perfect fold. Let me show you this. When I'm gonna fold here in this area, sometimes I struggle getting this guy to be nice and flat and to be even. Look what happens if you take the flat end of your bone folder. This is the new trick for me anyway. You guys might have been doing this forever. And you run it down the side of your cardstock and you kind of even up that score mark. You kind of tell it, I want you to go kind of here. Then we crease it. I'm finding I'm getting a much straighter, even score than I used to. I would get kind of, sometimes look, this is a good example. Look, do you see how it's pushed to one side and the other? That means when I folded it, this folded on the top of the score line here, but it folded on the bottom of the score line here. So when I lay this down and I square up my paper, so square it up over here, then I take my bone folder and I kind of work this score mark in to try to even it out. I get a much better fold and crease. See how it's not fighting me and it's not going top or bottom or left or right. And look how much cleaner that looks. Now here's what's funny. At first I was like, well, that's not really a tip anybody's gonna wanna know. I don't need to teach that. I don't need to do a video on it. But then I was prepping some folios for a class that I have coming up, and I kept finding myself automatically, without thinking about it, doing this trick. And I thought, well, maybe I should show people, because if I keep leaning into it, I'm gonna do it in a video and somebody's gonna ask me, what am I doing, right? But I love how that works, especially on our thicker cardstock. Now this is gonna be one of those things where you're like, well, I don't have a problem scoring, so I don't need to do that, and you may not. But some of you might struggle. You might be like, why are my score marks giving me issues? And you'll see when you do this at home, you'll see kind of the purpose of it. You'll see how it works and why it works, but it really does help. So I'm just gonna call that the side slide. And the tip that I'm showing you is when you're folding these thicker cardstocks, try that trick. Let me do it one more time. Let me do it on this long and skinny piece. I'm gonna score this kind of in the middle, like so. And I'm gonna move this out of the way because I think you'll be able to see it better. So I'll go to fold this, and inevitably, it's going to pick where it wants to fold. You know, we've tried all kinds of tricks to kind of tell it exactly where we want it to fold, but check this out. If I take this bone folder, I can virtually even it up. I'm just kind of saying, I'm gonna smooth that score line out and then crease it down. And I really have been noticing a difference. Even if you're a person that goes like from the center to the out, sometimes you can get a crooked score, right? And this really helps. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna challenge you to do. Look how smooth, look how straight that fold is by doing that. I need you to test it. I need you to feel it and see what I'm talking about in your craft room. And I need you to see how this will kind of move the cardstock into the score before you crease it down, and it'll make sense to you. So that's our Maker Monday tip today. I have been shocked how much I started doing that and how I can see it makes a difference in my crafting. Now, it may not for you. You may be perfect with your score marks. You may not have any issues. But I'm really loving how clean and how neat it is. If I do the side slide and then the crease, I think I get a much better score. All right, guys. Let me know if you try it, and let me know if you see a difference. Again, it will work for some and not for others. It's one of those things where it's like, I don't really understand why you do that. but I want to show you why I'm doing it so it makes sense, because I know it'll come up in video and you'll see it. I want you to see why I'm doing it and what my thought process is behind it, so you can try it for yourself and then let me know if it works. Hey guys, thanks so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed this little Maker Monday tip, and until next time, bye now.